Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build a Lego set and to chat with you. As always, I'm throwing the Bear Cave in the moat in the chat. Let me know if you're a subscriber and you're here already. You can throw it back. If you're watching later on YouTube, I understand. If you're not a subscriber, I get it. Now would be a great time to subscribe. Use your Twitch Prime coin if you have Amazon Prime. Link that with your Twitch. You could do that. Lord Crashington, just subscribe to Tier 1. That's 4 months. Keep up the great work, Pat. Hey, Lord Crashington, you keep up the great work. That's not a threat. I don't know why I said it in that tone. I'm a little punchy today, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, thank you very much, Lord Crashington, for renewing your subscription. That rules. Asmo's here. Aristophan is here. Hello, hello. We'll see if a few more folks want to join us. You know, people roll in a little late. That's why we do this pre-thing. Because if I start building at this very moment, then people would miss out. Leo's here. What's up, Leo? Leo, I don't know if you saw from my tweets, but Silver Streak's here. What's up? Hello. It's Hammond. Hey, look, everybody, it's Hammond. We're building the set that Leo purchased off my Amazon wish list. We're building the Wrecking Ball. Hammond is the hamster. He pilots the Wrecking Ball, which is the name of the mech, which has and also the name of the AI, because it has a minor AI. These are things I know about Wrecking Ball and Hammond. I don't know a lot about them because I stopped playing Overwatch before this thing happened. This wobbly ball mech showed up. But Lashbrook's here. Hello, Lashbrook. This thing's cute. This is cute. Just cute. Got a cool little backpack going there. Cool little backpack. Jetpack. Just cool. Fun thing about Hammond is that Hammond does not speak English, and that's fine. But Wrecking Ball translates the languages that Hammond does speak. And Hammond and Winston can communicate. Because apparently, in the Overwatch universe, any animal can communicate with any animal. And that seems wrong and unnecessary and weird. But also, I don't know, I like the idea of this little hamster friend talking with Winston. That's fun. I like that. I don't know. Look, did I quit Overwatch a long-ass time ago? Yes. They were also both experiments on the moon base. See, Leo, I forgot about the moon base. That's the thing. Hey, a bunch of people showed up. What's up? Welcome. If you're a subscriber, always throw the Bear Cave emote in there. Feel free. Ultron threw it in there as well. Hi, Ultron. Let the people know. Maybe you're here because of a retweet, because apparently a couple people retweeted that I was going live, which is nice of them. A few people letting folks know. It's our Monday night build stream. Let's go to the overhead and let's look at the Wrecking Ball kit. Because we got to knoll. Because we can always talk while we're knolling. If you're new to the stream, you don't know about the knolling process. It's very simple. It's very easy. There's 2 bags here. This kit is a 227-piece kit. So 1 stream's worth of building about. We're just going to be separating by color. That's all we're going to do right now. When I have kits that are, 600 pieces, 700 pieces, I often will knoll ahead of time when it's a smaller kit like this. And also, I had a lot going on today. I didn't know. We'll do that there. Most important thing for me is to make sure I'm separating the dark gray from the light gray, because sometimes on paper that does confuse me, and confuse my eyes, I should say. And yeah, we're just going to separate by color. Sometimes you can organize by shape. Some people organize their knoll by shape, which doesn't work for me. I need to have my colors separate. But yeah, it's a very easy process. I can do it while I'm reading chat. Speaking of which, Leo says, Hammond escaped by building a ship and ended up becoming arena champion in Junkertown. Okay, all right. Lore. Cool. Because they got to connect all the... I bet there's like correct me if I'm wrong. Leo, you might know. Is there a character in Overwatch that is not deeply connected with multiple other people? Like, because they add people, and sometimes those people are like, oh yeah, well we haven't seen them in a while, or well they joined because of this. But is there anybody who's just like, I know that dude. I did not compete in this thing, and now I'm here. Is there like, they can't just have a guy show up out of nowhere since Lord Crash. But one of it's just like, I don't know. They introduced that gunslinger lady, right, with the robot gunslinger. And maybe, I don't know, maybe she only knows, one person. May, mostly an outsider. Silver Streak, that does ring true to me, that May was a scientist for Overwatch, but had never met any of the actual team. Well, that makes sense. I like that. Proxy says, Junkrat's my second cousin. Hey, I don't know. My second cousin was like, I'm doing this thing. Do you want in? And I was like, I guess. I don't know. I like that. That's a fun thought. I don't know. I was wondering if there's anybody that was just like, I answered an ad in the paper. They were looking for a sniper, and I was like, I do that. Diva competed in Junktown Arena. Yeah, I mean, I assumed that, like, just about everybody did something somewhere and knew somebody and almost got murdered by someone and wants revenge, or a loved one was killed by them, or they're a cop. It's probably a couple of them that were just like, oh, I'm here for justice. I played Overwatch back in the beta and never clicked with me. The stuff with co-op may actually get me in the care. Yeah, I mean, look, I played it because it was interesting and a bunch of my friends were playing, and it was a thing to do, and I liked it, but I'm not super into that genre, so I didn't keep up with it. That is how I am with games that look good but are in a genre I'm generally not interested in, is I will give them time because there's something about them, but often, like, the fact that I played PUBG for as long as I did is remarkable, considering that's not my jam. But PUBG was just engaging and interesting enough, and I knew enough people that had access to, like, the zombie modes and some weird stuff that I was able to glean more enjoyment out of it. But the fact that I played that game as long as I did is kind of surprising to people that know me and know what my jams usually are. But I try to do that, right? I try to play things that are outside my wheelhouse or interests, as much as I want to, like, play games that are like, this is made for me, I tried so many Battle Royales. The only one that finally clicked for me was Apex. Yeah, Silver Streak, I bounced off Apex really fast. I was like, oh, Apex is going to be great. I'm going to pick a couple characters. I'm going to get into it. I'm going to have fun with it. No. I'm wondering if these kind of like auto battlers, am I going to like the auto battle mode in the new auto battle that is Hearthstone? Because I like Hearthstone. And I think that it's open for everyone as of today, or at least in the United States, I should say. But I haven't tried it out because I don't generally like that. I like the card part of it. I certainly will say this. As a person that watches YouTube videos of Hearthstone players and Twitch streams of Hearthstone players, I don't want to watch them play it. I don't care about it. A streamer I watch, like, happened to be playing ladder, and I was like, oh goody, decks, because that's not what I come to Hearthstone for. And maybe it will be, but they've done a cool thing where certain skins have lore significance. Ooh, I like that. That's fun. Evening to you, Epic Open World. Hearthstone Battlegrounds opens tomorrow at like 10 p.m. Okay, that's right. They patched it today, and it's opening up tomorrow. There was a patch. I literally was watching Brian Kibler play as it got patched, and he was like, suddenly Toki's hero power cost 2, and he was like, what just happened? Like, as he clicked on Toki, it updated. But But yeah, and the Battlegrounds thing, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't really like auto battlers. Maybe this will be the auto battler for me. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a try, but it doesn't feel like a thing that. It doesn't feel like my jam. Also, I need to make it clear as we're talking about what is my jam, what is not my jam. I need to make it very clear, especially for folks that don't really, if you're new or you're not around a lot or you don't hear me talk about games, um, you gotta like what you like, and as long as it doesn't hurt people, I don't mind it. If this year's Call of Duty is your game of the year, fuck yeah, I'm psyched for you. I'm glad you got a good Call of Duty. That's awesome. I have no interest in, and will not be purchasing it because it's not my jam and it's not my thing. But if it's your thing, that's awesome, and I'm so psyched that you like got a good one. Uh, I am not looking forward to hearing more about Death Stranding. I kind of want Death Stranding to go away because I just don't give a shit. But if you're getting a lot of it, if it's one of the first games that you've ever played that's experimental and interesting, and it's encouraging you to try other weird games and maybe check out, like some others, like if Death Stranding is your first walking simulator, welcome to a weird world. If you like all the weird shit in that game, or if you're just like, I like the storytelling Kojima does, and I didn't like 5 or Metal Gear Solid 5, and I'm so psyched about this. Awesome. The more I hear about that game, the less I want to engage with it. And someday I guess I'll play it. It'll be on PC, and I'll play it someday. But it ain't really doing it for me. Auto battlers work to my friends. I love Leo. I love that because I've been watching, streamers with 2,000 viewers at a time on Twitch. And like every once in a while, someone will just go, how come you can't choose who you attack? And it's like, oh yeah, that's a fundamental part of it's an auto bat. It just watch it, you'll get it. It's part of it. It's part of the thing. Outer Worlds game of the year, hell yeah, Outer Worlds is. I've watched a lot of Outer Worlds. I've watched a lot of Let's Plays of Outer Worlds. I have not played it myself. That is on my list, but money has not been great this year. And the big purchase I made was Judgment. Judgment was my big spending a bunch of money I shouldn't be spending game. And hey, folks, Judgment rules. That game fucking kicks ass. I knew I would like it, and I fucking like it. I tend up liking entries on popular genres, something don't do well. Never liked a MOBA until Infinite Crisis. Then died after a year. You like Heroes of the Storms? Yeah. I'm sorry you end up going for the third or fourth best or most popular. I shouldn't say best, Silver. That's a judgment call I shouldn't make. You end up going for the third or fourth or fifth most popular, which is a bummer. I'm probably gonna finish Outer Worlds tonight. I have not played it, but I've watched a ton. Yeah, Judgment is really look. I love Kiryu so much. I followed Let's Players who played the early games before the re-releases of them. I loved Zero. I've played Kiwami 1 and 2. Kiryu is my man, but there's something freeing about being removed from that story and still playing in the world of Judgment. There's something really fun about that. In fact, thinking about the idea of let's do the next game in the series of Yakuza without Kiryu and the baggage that we've created for ourselves, I'm very excited about it. Untitled Goose Game, Leo, Untitled Goose Game is incredible. It's the only game you played, so it's your favorite. Well, hey, guess what, Leo? You picked a good one. You picked a real good one. Uh, Good kind of mass murderer, man. Yeah, it's a good punches all. Uh, yeah, the turn-based combat. I, I'm. I don't think it'll get old, but I am worried that it will be limited. Um, but I am excited to see what they try to do with it. I think that's going to be a unique, interesting kind of thing. I'm excited to see, and also like how they justify it. If it's like all in his head, or if everyone is on board with it and gets it, or whatever. Um, but yeah, I have enjoyed. So I never played the zombie Yakuza, and I never played the Yakuza that is in like feudal Japan. But I've played most of the others. Uh, Mean and trailer summon is just dropping a bunch of lobsters on people. Yes, yeah. Silver Streak. I didn't hear any good things about which is why I didn't end up picking it up. But I'd never heard anything positive about um, the zombie one. It felt like they were trying something, but maybe they weren't trying so much as they were trying to stay above water or something like that. I don't know. Um, but yeah, no. Experimentation and trying new things and taking things in a different direction. That's all scary. That's terrifying, especially for a company that like be it the developers or the producing company, the production company or anything like. It's scary to try new things, and more certainly more should, but it's when success is all or nothing, or there's no guarantee you're going to get it right on the second one or get the chance to get things right. You got to nail it right off the bat, sink or swim. It's tough. Um, but I do think that um, I think they've treated the fans so the like diehard Yakuza fans, like especially with the Kiwami re-releases, where they were just like, "Hey, this thing we did, we fucked up. We're gonna do better. We fucked up on this in this way. Looking back on it, we're better than that. And sorry." And I really appreciate that. But also, like, hey, you loved this game. We've got it in a new engine. It's pretty cool, right? People were like, yes, thank you. And we added, and we remembered what you loved about it, and we heightened those things. And then also, we maybe made a few changes that maybe you didn't ask for, but we think should be in there. And is that cool? And people were like, yes. Um, uh, it one of my biggest regrets in or one of the things I not a regret, one of the things I wish that other people could take from that team um, is the idea that, like, hey, a lot of different kinds of people like our games, and sometimes we do things that hurt some of them. And what if we tried to make up for that? And I appreciate that, and I think that's pretty cool. That's always really struck me about that team, which is just nice to see. Uh, it's one of those things where you're like look at it and you go, now if I could only get a Persona game without gay panic. Yeah, yes, Silver Streak. Like, what if there wasn't a character in a Persona game that, well, let's see. What if there wasn't a character whose overarching thought was fear of gay people? What if there weren't characters who, they're not really gay, they're just confused or scared? That'd be nice. It'd be nice. Or simple as, hey, you play a male character in this, and you can date other male characters. You can have romantic connections with male characters. Maybe your character is not a straight dude. Or what if none of them were romantic? What if I mean, you look. To be fair, you can go down the friendship route with every character in Persona 4. You can make the choice that none of them lead to romance. Uh, so Epic, they like look. There's like, oh, you play a dude, and there are a lot of ladies that like you, and there are a lot of dudes that like you as a dude, and there, you know, the guys respect you and the ladies love you and also respect you. And if you want, like, let's use Persona 4. At the end of the game, you can be in a romantic relationship with 6 women. I want to say 6. You could pull off 5 or 6 because there's uh four main ladies, right? 4 main ladies. You can be in a romantic relationship with all 4 of them. And then either the drama girl or the music girl and the rich girl. Yeah, so you can be, and then you're not in a romantic relationship with Margaret, but she can be very sweet on you. Um, 7. Yeah. It's a lot of ladies that you can be, and like the game doesn't say, hey, you're already in a, I mean, the game doesn't like, you can't, look, you're already dating Chie. So what are you doing? You already told Chie you love her. What are you doing? Um, and also, like, I should make it clear, there is room for, in this world and certainly in games, polygamy is certainly a thing. Polyamorous relationships can certainly work in games. I mean, in general, they work in fucking isekais because most isekais end with the guy being like, I can't choose, and they just choose for him. So like certainly you can do that in a game. I don't necessarily opposed, certainly not opposed to that, but they don't really go down that route. How dare you teach MTA? Indeed. There are repercussions for doing that kind of thing. Well, Silver Streak, I'm glad there are repercussions for that. There should be repercussions for that. It shouldn't, you know, you can game it, but you shouldn't game the game, is what I'm trying to say there. But also, like, yeah, like, I don't know. If you're playing Persona 4, maybe you think a certain man in a certain leather jacket is the right choice for you. What if that's the dude that you think your character would end up with? I don't know. Maybe you'd like a pretty boy that wears a bear costume and is the manifestation of souls, of a soul that wanted to be human, and you think that guy's cute as hell. I don't know. Maybe that's your thing. What I'm trying to say is, you've got options. I don't know. Maybe the basketball player or the soccer player or the really sad boy whose sister died. Less that guy. Maybe less sad boy. See, I didn't even. I did so little Persona 5. I was borrowing a PlayStation 5 to play it, and I had a limited time, and then was just like kind of done with that game. I just eventually was like, I think I'm done with this game. Just didn't really hit me. I like what happens at the end of Witcher 3. If you try to romance both of the romance options, it looks like a girl is going to get a threesome, but he gets tied to a bed, and both the women basically tell him to fuck off. Yeah, good. Come on. Potential for some really bad non-hetero tropes. Yeah. It's hard. Because like the first time I played Persona 4, I Naoto like spoke to me, and I thought it was an interesting idea of like posing as a male character because detectives are all male, and the respect of that inherently, and looking at the world of male privilege, and I thought that there was something really interesting about that. And then like a couple of years later, playing it with more knowledge of like literally just like more experience in the world, more experience with people who are trans, more experience with that, like seeing the trans panic within that character, and uh, the other world, the other side of Naoto, like it's just like this. There isn't an idea in here. It's just really clumsy and bad how it's done. Fuck. Um, but yeah, on further viewing, it is not exactly what I thought it was. It's certainly not as um, progressive as what I thought. Uh, Now, I should say this. In almost every incarnation and version of Fallout 4 that I've played, I have been in a romantic relationship with two characters. So, uh, one, because I'm always going to romance Piper, because Piper deserves happiness, because she's great, and a great companion, and a great character, and always goes with my playstyle for her. Uh, and two, it's to me, it's all but like flirting with Curie is like just like a fun choice because like I'm not that guy. I'm not that person at all that like flirts with people to make them uncomfortable, and not uncomfortable like I don't want to be here, but like, oh, you don't have like this is like fun, like I'm playfully picking on you. Like I'm not that. That's not my style, and it's fun. Now, am I aware of the inherent creepiness? There's so much creepiness about Curie in Fallout 4. Uh, which we'll get to. I do want to go in here. AC Odyssey does romance well, except for the part where they messed up in DLC. Your main character is either male or female, and you can love whoever you want and as many people as you want, but not in a gross way. Oh. Naoto's most wonderful and weird portrayal because she was a genderqueer and trying to figure out if she was trans or maybe non-binary or just above trying to fit in. Yeah. Um, yeah, Silver Streak. I think that one of the things that always bummed me out about Naoto was um, like it because it's definitely tied in inherently with uh, Kanji's like big problem, which is so what if Naoto was a boy? If you are really interested, like the fact that that's a girl pretending to be a guy or portraying himself as a guy is what they're saying in the story. Like that's fine, buddy. You like dudes, cool. And that was not the thing. The gay panic in that character and the characters surrounding him was a bummer because you'd hope that it's just like, yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe you like dudes or ladies or Naoto. Maybe you're really into this one person. Maybe that's your thing. You know, like it's that'd be cool. That's fine. Like, okay. Um, yeah, and her wanting to be feminine when you go down the romantic route with Naoto, and her wanting to like, wear a Santa out, or she wears a school the female uniform, and it's just like, this is all bad. Yes, yeah, Silver Streak. I totally agree with you. They just portrayed it really badly. Um, so I did want to talk about Fallout 4 and the oddness of Curie, because I think I've talked about this on the stream before, but I don't remember if I have. But y'all, Curie. So there's a lot about Curie. One, she's an artificial intelligence that has outgrown her her programming's outgrown the limits of the robot she's in. So they think, okay, well the solution is we're going to put Curie into a synth, which is humanoid body and feels human emotions and is a synthetic human, and she'll have her memories, but she'll be in this body. Which, they find legitimately a brain dead synth who went to have her memories erased, but it didn't go right, and she is, in all intents and purposes, in a coma, and they rewrite that that person's programming, who you never met, is a nameless person to you. You don't know anything about it, but they're going to rewrite it, and now it's going to be Curie. Host of issues with that. Tons of issues with that. But here is a thing that I have to assume nobody noticed except the fans. So here's spoilers for Fallout 4. The old man that runs the institute, that they call Father, is your child, because you were frozen and your child was thawed out, and then you were refrozen. And your child grew up. And your son's DNA was used in the generation of synths that look just like humans. All synths of that generation share genetic makeup with your son. And Curie, the AI, her programming, her brain is put in a body that shares genetic makeup with your child. And so you can enter a romantic relationship with your granddaughter. And nobody was like, hey, maybe Curie shouldn't be a romanceable option. It's cool to have another robot choice, but maybe you shouldn't be able to date her. Maybe you shouldn't get the lover's embrace perk and constantly flirt with her. And when you end up in a romantic relationship with her, sometimes she just tells you that she loves you. And that's great and cool. But also, hey, your son's genetic makeup is the reason she exists the way she does in this current body. What the that's your child or granddaughter or whatever. It ain't great, folks. I'm playing Death Stranding and just bummed myself out by driving off the beaten path to try to go to Texas only to discover it's just ocean. Lashbrook, I don't think there's enough beaten path for that game for you to, like, I think I don't know. Maybe there is cool stuff to find, but it sounds like they put the cool stuff in there easy for you to find. They want you to find the cool stuff. I'm sorry you can't go to Texas. But yeah, so yes, Silver Streak. That is the thing. There's a movie, Kate and Leopold, that got a very the movie Kate and Leopold is a romantic comedy about Leopold goes in time, ends up with meets this girl, modern girl, Meg Ryan. They have a relationship. I think it's Meg Ryan. I can't remember. But Kate and Leopold. The whole thing, they date, whatever. Many incarnations and versions of that script had her as his descendant. Until finally somebody said, hey, wait, this is fucked up. And they had to change it. But they didn't change it for a long time. Like, eventually, someone was just like, hey, wait, aren't they related? And they were like, oh, yeah, shit. A full disclosure, I 100% romance Curie. Yeah, no, I mean I have as well. I have in playthroughs. Before I realized that, I have certainly. I think I have romanced every character available as a lady and a male through my various playthroughs. Because sometimes you go for it. I find it a little hard to believe that none of those dudes are interested in dudes. All right, I guess in the future, dudes, yeah, like, whatever. Dudes that want to be a follower don't want to follow that part of it. All right, I guess. But every lady is bisexual. Every lady is bisexual, and none of the dudes in Fallout 4. Sure, I guess. I mean, fair. I think Curie always resonated because she seemed like only a genuine 100% kind person. I mean, look, I know that she's got her faults because that's part of being a character, but I do think that Piper has been in over her head and is combative in a way that I really like, but is, I don't know, she's spunky in a way I really dig. Uh, Kate, I understand that Kate is not a great character for a nice playthrough. Um, and I also understand that Kate is fucked up. And also, it makes total sense to me that no matter who you are, Kate will fall in love with you because part of getting to that far with Kate is saving her from her drug addiction. So I understand her feeling obliged to be with you and her having no good concept of what friendship and family is because she is a broken character. Uh, so Kate makes sense to me. But also, I don't like Kate because she says mean shit every time I pick things up, and I'm a hoarder in Fallout. I'm going to pick up everything and sell it. And she's just like, why are you picking up that junk? And it's like, hey, Kate, that's why I'm pro Piper, because Piper's like, ooh, what's that for? And I'm like, let me tell you about it, Piper. I can't tell you about it, but imagine that I was telling you about it. Thank you for taking interest in my interests. Whereas Kate is like, come on, you're wasting your time. And I'm like, no, let me pick everything up. Oh, yeah, completely. And Nick is rad. Nick is, the fact that there's a gumshoe in the Fallout universe fucking kicks ass. I love the idea of a synth gumshoe. There is a wonderful moment in that story where Ellie, the assistant of Nick Valentine, says you can't miss him. He and kind of describes him, but does not describe him as a fucking synth. Just describes him as a detective, and so it makes it more of a surprise when you see him, and he's a clearly artificial life form, and you're like, Ellie. But either Ellie doesn't see it or doesn't think it's important to mention, and I fucking love that choice. It's such a good bit of business in that. Nick's story is terribly sad, and the real Nick, the original, I shouldn't say real, the original Nick Valentine story is a tragic Fallout story of people just trying to do the right thing in a society that didn't do the right thing. Yeah, no, Ellie just sees her as her boss, and I love that. Which is also there's no one's made the Move Ellie mod, which I don't like. There is a mod out there where once you've reached a certain threshold with and done enough with Piper, you can ask Nat, Piper's sister, if she wants to move to a settlement, and she'll like pick like corn or whatever and hang out. So you can move her to the settlement that you normally hang out at so that she doesn't live alone anymore while she's out with you. But if you take Nick with you, Ellie just mans the fort and works alone in the place they work and live in. And I always thought that was like, that's kind of a bummer. Ellie doesn't get to like do anything else. It's weird. Because like a bunch of the other like companions are coming with you and they have basically nowhere else to go, but a few of them have places to be. Like, it makes sense that the mayor is just like, hey, I'm going to go do, Hancock's like, I'm going to go do some shit later. And they're like, okay, we'll carry on without you for a bit. But yeah, it always bummed me out. And I love that someone made a mod, but no one's made an Ellie mod, as far as I know, to just like move her to another location. She might need to be there for... No, I don't think she does. I don't think she just needs to be there for anything later. But there have been some good, very good, like, mods in Fallout 4 that are small. I love okay, so there's a random encounter in Fallout 4, okay? I haven't seen it in a long time, but there is a raider who is crying and talking to a grave of the raider's companion who died, and they buried them. And they're very sad. Now, with certain exceptions, all raiders are hostile. There are a couple raiders that aren't. There's some raiders that will be on a bridge, and they are not hostile to you if you pay them, or they don't necessarily be hostile later. There are certain instances where there are some that are about to get murdered by a courser, and you can save them, and then they won't be hostile to you. There are some that, but for the most part, raiders are hostile automatically. And this dude is hostile, and there's a mod that makes him not, because it fucking sucks that if you come across this guy who is grieving the loss of his friend or lover or whatever, then you murder him on top of that grave, and that just sucks. So you have the option of not murdering that person, and that's with the mod. And I was like, that's a good mod. Yeah, it's a small mod. Like I said, I have it running. I always have it running, but I haven't run into that random thing in a while. But I know that if I do run into it, I won't have to like back away. I can just like walk by them and be like, okay, see you later, sad person. Sorry about your loss. I don't know. I like small mods like that. So those small little mods, like the mod that lets you move Nat to a settlement. That's a good mod. I like that. It's like, yeah, this should be a thing. It's little things here and there. Drink a little more water. There's a mod that adds more turrets to Bunker Hill, only because a lot of companion dialogue talks about how fortified Bunker Hill is, and it's not at all. Bunker Hill seems to be outside of some buses kind of blocking the roads around it and making access points smaller. Bunker Hill seems poorly defended, and there's also no armed guards. So it definitely feels like it should be. And so, like, there's a mod that just makes it beefier because they're like, oh, actually, this doesn't make sense. So let's just make it make more sense. I don't like that. I like the mod where you can make it back in time to save your wife with Curie. Oh, Silver, I've never seen that mod. That's weird. Wow. That's cool. I didn't know that. I did not know that was a mod. There's a Terminator mod it is a mod that kind of plays with the theme of the Terminator. So it looks like Nora, or I think it looks like the dude, and basically is just a robot that wants to kill you. And I thought that was a pretty funny idea. Of just being like, are you alive? It's like, oh, no, you're not alive. And you have to, like, kill the robot. It's a silly one. I had no idea there was a time travel one. I don't know. Look, Fallout 4 is still, like, my goofy play mod. Ooh, there are... here to, yeah. I did not know that they were decals, and there are. So that's good. That was in the box. We're going to put our first 2 decals together on here. The very nice thing about doing decals in this, like, I don't have my tools handy, but I'll be able to do it with the brick separator, and then I will have a sponger of something to help with that. Make it back to her in fast enough time. Oh, it's not time travel. Oh, there's a full story and everything. Basically, since she gets cryo frozen again after the intro, if you make it back there within a few games after you wake with Curie, Curie can repair her gunshot wounds. Oh, that's interesting. It's not time travel. It's like leave the vault, go to the vault, do the thing, get Curie, go back to the vault, heal your wife. That's interesting. After playing Outer Worlds, I hope Bethesda realizes they should make Starfield as an RPG first and third-person shooter second. I like Fallout 4, but they learn too much and lean too much in that. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, also, like like I said, Outer Worlds is a game that I will play at some point. It just has not happened yet. But it does seem like a thing that is like one of the things they were going for was to make it a smaller experience. And lean in to some things that people really liked about Fallout New Vegas. Biggest problem is she ends up with memory loss. You basically have to re-romance her. She doesn't know you. Oh, that's interesting. Has an interesting mod. Got a bunch of weird story related. Oh, that's cool. I haven't seen that mod. I've got a lot of, most of mine are, we added this, or we added that, or like, I don't know. Every once in a while, I add like showers and bathroom stuff and new wall things and weird and stuff that's in the game but isn't in the workshop, but that adds to the workshop and a lot of weirdness. Like, I don't know, I like stuff like that. I think it's like fun to work on those kind of mods. Work on settlements. Those are fun for me. Alright. Got to put another decal on here. So one of the nice things about these is that you can, with Lego, decals are pretty straightforward, but allow you to you have a little wiggle room with them, which is good. So if you screw up, you can always fix your mistakes. We will take a pause for the cause in a little bit. Bunch of trees everywhere. Eventually you get non-rotted wood. Yeah. Exactly. Yes. Don't have everyone sleep in the house that doesn't have a roof. Like, you can't fix the roofs unless you have certain things. Like, I have things that, like, let me fix the roofs. And maybe they're, like, crooked and weird or whatever. But, like, I'm going to fix the roof at this manner. Everyone's sleeping here, and let me fix this. I'm going to say. So we will take a pause for the cause in a couple minutes, talk about ways you can support the stream, and all that. I will say it right up front. My next build stream is on Wednesday. I hope you'll come by on Wednesday. The next, I'm doing it on Wednesday instead of Thursday because I am at Anime NYC. And Thursday is build day, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is show, and then also tear down on Sunday. So I'm going to be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If you're going to Anime NYC, go to the Crunchyroll booth. Say hi to me. I'll be there. And then various other things I'll be doing around, but that's primarily where I'll be. So I am streaming this Wednesday instead of Thursday because I'm going to be tired on Thursday. And also I got invited to a thing, an industry event, and I don't know. I'm gonna make an appearance. I'm definitely not gonna hang out at this industry event, but like at least I'm gonna like pop in there, to see if I know people that are there and to like make an appearance. That's kind of like the goal. So I'll be here on Wednesday night doing a build stream. And then no stream on Saturday. I might do a depending. I'm gonna check the Wi-Fi signal at my hotel that I'm staying in. If it's good enough, I might do a from my phone or from my laptop check-in stream. I might do a what's going on stream on Friday or Saturday. I'll tweet about it. So I might do a my thoughts or whatever, but I won't do another build stream. I'll do a build stream tonight, Wednesday, and the next Monday. I'm sorry that I'm not doing 6 hours of build streams. You know how I want to do that. I want that. That is always my goal, is 6 hours, but just can't make it work this week. When I travel, I often have time to do stuff. I just don't think I'm going to have the time this weekend because I'm just working a lot. I'm working a lot of hours. And I was like, I might have time Saturday night, and I can come back here. And I was just like, I just think I'm going to be very tired. But I'm excited. Wednesday is all I have to do Wednesday is I'll be able to actually watch the anime as it comes out, and I won't have to watch them in the next hour. I'm going to talk about a show that I watched at 7:30 tonight because it's time to watch a stream, or I got to watch this anime before we talk about it because it came out today. Whereas a lot of this year, I would just be a new one launched. I saw the tweet that it launched. I'll watch it now. I don't even know, a lot of shows right now, I don't even know when in the day they come out because I know I can't watch them in the afternoon. I can watch a lot of videos on YouTube in podcasts, listen to podcasts while I'm doing stuff, while I'm doing the customer service work that I do now. But I can't, there's no good way for me to split my attention between subtitled works and doing that job. No, that's not going to work out. It would have to be completely dead and nothing happening for me to have the time to check out what's going on in an anime. So instead, I just end up watching a lot of videos about wrestling and food and various other things. Okay, so this is the cockpit thing here. We'll look at this, which is kind of cool. I got to put a sticker on here. I'll put the sticker on, and then I'll show off that, and then we'll get into our next bag. Oh, we got one more thing to build here. No, yeah, bag 2. These are extra pieces from bag 1. We always save those because you never know what might fall out or whatever if you want to mod. But the fact that they give you some extra pieces is always nice. Thank you, Lego. Okay, so I'll put the sticker on, and then we'll get into pause for the cause, and then we'll do Noel bag 2. All right, so this goes on like this. All right, that went like that. There. Okay, so this goes up. All right, so Hammond lives here. And then no, didn't do it. Okay, push him down. Uh-oh. I may not have done this right. Oh, no. Maybe I didn't do this right. Oh, no, it did. Okay. It just doesn't go down much. Okay. There he goes. There it went. Okay. So, yeah. He could pop up and pop down. I just didn't have it right. And then it goes down, and then the lid goes down. Oh, and you can do that a little bit, but it's not enough. Boop. Boop. That is cute, and I like it. All right, and then bag 2 will be in here. But first, I'm going to drink some water. If you haven't drank any water in a while, do that. If you need to stretch because it's only been an hour for me, but maybe you've been watching videos all night. Watch the streamers for a while. Maybe get up and stretch a little bit, relax your hands a little bit, crack some knuckles, do some wrist exercises, do some foot exercises, roll your ankle around a little bit, shake it off a little bit, do whatever you got to do. Because it's time for the pause for the cause. First and foremost, if you're currently a subscriber, throw that bear cave, throw that Lego. Let the people know. I am currently at 40 subscribers, which is awesome. I love that. Thank you so much for everyone who's supporting me here on the stream. If you're a subscriber for a month or for 2 years, it means a lot to me. Jacob McCourt's here. Thank you, Jacob. But yeah, your support, even if it's just like every once in a while, I can use my Twitch Prime coin, but I try to share the love. I get that, or I've never been able to, but someday I will. That's awesome as well. I mean, I watch some streams for people that I don't subscribe to. I get it. Just threw you Twitch Prime a coin 5 seconds ago. Yeah, Jacob. We didn't give a. Akito just subscribed because Silverstreak just gifted 1 tier 1 sub. Silverstreak, thank you so much. Well, Jacob, thank you. I appreciate that. So thank you. So yeah, we're at 42 because of that. Thank you so much. Lord Crashington was at 40, and now we're at 42. That rules. Thank you so much for that. Akito, enjoy your gift sub. Silverstreak now at the top of the leaderboard with a gift. Recyclable top of the bits and coins leaderboard. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. I have a Patreon. My $10 patrons decided that the Suzabi is going to be the thing I work on Wednesday. That's the next model kit I'm working on. Akito, enjoy not seeing ads and having the Lego and the Bear Cave emotes. That's rad. Silverstreak, no. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let's see. Like I said, I have a Patreon. My $10 patrons decided that the next thing I'm going to work on is the Suzabi, the what I got at New York Comic Con, the clear coat Suzabi that is beautiful looking, and that's going to be the next kit that we work on stream. That's rad. $1 a month gets you a exclusive Patreon only Q&A that I do every month. $5 you get all my videos early. $10 you get the videos early as well. And it's another way of showing support if that's something you like to do. As always, all of this is on my show description of this video on YouTube. That goes up after the fact. I have a wish list. Let's talk about the wish list. You could join my wish list if you wanted to. Or buy something on my wish list and say, Leo bought this. Thank you, Leo, for buying this cool Lego set. I've got a bunch of Lego sets. I've got some model kits from Gundam and Pokemon and all kinds of different stuff. I got that figurized Vegeta. There's the Gogeta is up there. That's something I might end up getting at Anime NYC next week. Or this week, I should say. Not next week, this week. This week. Later this week. I don't know what I'm going to pick up, but it's probably not going to be a Gundam. But yeah, I got a bunch of stuff in there. You can buy that, and then it gets sent to me. It jumps the queue. It'll jump ahead of the other things I have to build. I'm going to get you into 3D printing, says Silverstreak. It's dangerous. Yeah, that's always a thing that, like, I definitely have to be settled into a different kind of vibe with my personal life. But that's always been on a thing that I've always been interested in. But someday. That's a someday, not right now. If you're like, I want to buy you something to build, but not from Amazon, I get that. Y'all. You could buy something. Or you could buy a gift card at USA Gundam Store. You go to USA Gundam Store, you buy a gift card, you send me a whisper here on Twitch, a DM on Twitter, and then you say, like, hey, I bought this gift card, use it, and then I'll buy something from USA Gundam Store. So that's an option. You can also donate. Anything I make through Twitch, through Patreon, through donations, goes to me buying model kits. Because, as you know, buying model kits is expensive. It adds up. Lego sets, model kits, the stuff I want to build on stream. That's why I buy 3-in-1s a lot, because 3-in-1s are very inexpensive comparatively. If you buy a Lego 3-in-1, that is so you get so much more bang for your buck because you can build 3 different things, right? That's why I kind of gravitated towards those instead of buying like another Star Wars Lego set, which is going to be 600 pieces but cost $50. It's a lot. Um, and is there anything else I want to say before we get back to the building? I have a Discord. You can join my Discord. It's a nice place. You like my Discord. You could join it if you want to. And then, yeah, I think that's it. I'll, drink some water. Enjoy that. Turbo Goat 75 is now following. Thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, if you're not following me currently, please give me a follow. Turn your notifications on so you know when I go live. As I said, my next stream, we got another hour left of this stream. My next one will be on Wednesday night, and we'll start the Sazabi, which is a great looking kit, and that red color is going to look so good on stream. Can't wait to build that kit. But that's next. And then, what was I going to say? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bits and coins, always appreciated. If that's something you like to do, just increases the payout I get. But let's start knolling. Thank you for hanging out. I understand that it is often annoying, the pause for the cause, but it's important to say that stuff. And I try not to, pepper it throughout. So I try to be like, okay, now's the time where I'm going to talk about ways you can support the stream. Get some Twitter things there. Okay. Anime. It's time to talk about anime, y'all. So, I did not watch Boruto. I know that there's literally a moment where Sasuke encourages Naruto to keep trying to save his friend, who is Sasuke from Naruto's time. And that is a trip and is weird. It is a weird thing where adult Sasuke is like, hey, keep it up. Your dumb friend will figure it out. And it's weird. And a lot of that is weird. And I haven't watched that episode, as I said. I will get to it. But I did get caught up with it last week, so I'm okay with not being as caught up with it. My Hero Academia. I thought this whole episode was going to be what turned out to be just the beginning of the episode. They really teased it like, oh, that like dragon-looking girl is, and like him feeling bad, and like him feeling like he disappointed Night Eye is like gonna be the whole episode, and we're starting off this whole arc with like, our main villain like knowing who this hero is, and that was not the case. We got a little bit of it, but most of the episode was about the mortality of of our main character, not main character, of All Might. Basically, it's just like All Might's gonna fucking die. So that was the impetus originally of finding a successor. Was the fact that Night Eye could vaguely see in the future that All Might was going to die, and that is the whole reason why there was that, and the falling out of All Might being like, yeah, I'm going to find a successor, but I'm not going to stop being a hero until I do, and Night Eye's being like, well, I can't watch that happen. So that was most of the episode, and there are a few other moments here and there. It does mean that more people than I thought knew that, or know. Now, I don't know if the principal. I guess the principal knows that the Deku Midoriya has inherited like All Might's powers. I guess he knows that. I didn't know he knew that. I knew that there were like when Night Eye, there were up to 3 characters that knew what was going on. I did not know there were more, and that's kind of interesting. Like, a decent amount of people know Deku's secret, and he didn't know they knew his secret, and that's weird because they didn't let him know they knew. If that makes any sense, I don't know. Basically, there's a bunch of secrets. Lots of secrets are happening in the world of My Hero Academia. And then also, fucking Iron Man is going to get an episode next week. They're giving the minor character a fucking episode. He's a major minor, but they're going to get old Iron Blood a fucking shining episode. Christian's not here, so, Christian would get this right off the bat, y'all. I hope Christian could be here on Wednesday, because I'll have a bunch of anime to talk about with Christian. But just so you know, we had a week off. My Hero Academia took a week off, and the anticipation of this confrontation that was coming, and maybe there'd be a fight in the streets, was not, and it was like a definite misdirection that was pretty interesting. Speaking of misdirections, One Piece. None of y'all are watching One Piece, so I'm just going to fucking spoil it. There are characters that they have been trying to tell you were ghosts. Momo, and the other samurais that we've met before, and the ninja samurai guy, we were led to believe that there are literal tomb markers for them. And we were led to believe that they've been ghosts this whole time, or maybe reincarnated, which in the world of One Piece makes sense, because Brooks is a soul. Their reincarnated souls have been a thing. There's people that can eat souls and get stronger. There's been some dark characters, like the ability to the souls are a thing in that world and are totally understandable and reasonable. Spoilers for One Piece. Apparently, time travel is real and possible in the world of One Piece, and all those characters from Wano that we met are not ghosts. They're just presumed dead because they traveled forward in time to our present day, 20 years in the future. What the fuck? How is time travel real in One Piece? What is happening? Time travel is real in One Piece, Lashbrook. What? Time travel is real. Ghosts are real? Sure. Souls are real? Sure. Reincarnation? Maybe. Mythical weapons of the past? Okay. World government? Sure. A giant statue of Shanks' hat, which is a straw hat? Great. Okay. I don't know why. But fucking time travel. That does not make sense. The show has, yes, Lashbrook. To be fair, this is a world where cyborgs are a thing. Robots are a thing. Robots and mechs are the only thing that is not explained away by devil fruits. But devil fruit, like the fact that Tony Chopper can speak English is a devil fruit. Great, fine. The fact that Brooks can walk around even though he is fucking dead. Devil fruit. Sure. And then science has made artificial devil fruits and all that. Granted. That all works within the world. What doesn't work in the world for me at the moment is the idea that time travel happens. So those characters traveled forward in time for their revenge, I guess? I don't know. Also, hey, let's not overlook. We got most of the characters back together. That's cool. We get to have the little bit of reunion stuff. That's fun. Uh, also, uh, Sanji's fighting a tiger that has a giant sword that he holds in his mouth and has an eye that's fucked up. What? Now, to be fair, Zoro has fought giant animals holding swords before, and I hope they take a moment to acknowledge that he's done that and flash back to his time fighting that. So there is precedent of big animals with swords fighting Zoro in particular. But also, what? Who's this fun character? I feel like they've tried very hard to sell like how advanced technology Wano is. Lastbrook, like, I don't know. Like, I think they're trying to sell that everything went to fuck and went to hell. But that means that 20 years in the past, at the time where Roger was running around as the Pirate King, making his thing, doing his thing, also time travel was a possibility. I don't know. I was like, I was just like, oh, they're reincarnated ghosts or they're descendants. Like they have taken the name. Like every kid in that generation takes the name in order to enact their revenge. Like I assumed there was like, oh, they're not. Maybe they're ghosts. Most likely they're like taking the names of their descendants. Like that's the angle they're going with. Nope, they're just straight up those people, and they fucking time traveled. And it is most of the time when Luffy is like, wait, what? You're like, Luffy, you're so dumb. But totally justified. Luffy is just like, what? Wait, huh? Huh? Also, there's a running gag of Luffy being really annoyed that no one will tell him what's going on until he gets there, and just thinking that people are stingy. And he's got a lot of good animated facial expressions. It's adding, even though the I kick ass Luffy has been very present in the past few episodes. It is nice to have, like, at the end of the day, he can be very good as a fighter, but he is just a nonsense character. He is a joke character who is the main character of his own story. Luffy, yes, Luffy can see the future, breach of the future, yes. Where other people are using observation hockey, he is using the future sight hockey. He has gotten better at figuring it out how that works. So he can see moments of possible futures. Yeah. He has seemed to have figured that out. But yeah, it is nice to have like moments where you're like, oh yeah, Luffy is just the goofy side character who is the main character. It's nice to have those moments. Overall, big shocking reveal. Pretty cool big shocking reveal. And I'll be interested to hear more backstory, because it looks like next week's episode is a flashback. So I'll have some stuff to, Sunday night when I'm back at my hotel, relaxing before I gotta get up the next day and go back to real life. I'll be able to confidently relax and watch some of this and hear some backstory. All right. Now for the episode that came out today, aka my second favorite show of the season, which is very good, and I recommend you watching Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average in the Next Life? Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average in the Next Life? Fucking rules. After the utter sadness of last week's episode, which was the reveals of who these characters are and some of their backstories, some more tragic than others, I was expecting a light episode, and they teased a light episode. I'm telling you, folks, I sounded very salesman-y there. It's an isekai. She's way overpowered. But it's also cute and fun and a great adventure show and has its moments, complete surprise moments of like, we had more angst and more sadness and more moments of like wondering, like, characters that we barely know but we care about. Like, it's a good show. You can tell me anything, Pat. Thank you for it. I appreciate that. But like, I'm giving you a hard sell, but look, all but one of the isekai this season are, it's an isekai, but, and this one is a straight isekai. It's just that as a female character, lead character, and is silly and kind of fun. Um, but god damn it, if I don't really, really like it. Like, there's so many nice little touches. This is a character that never really had friends, that didn't get to go on class trips because she was a prodigy. And she was a overachiever and didn't go on class trips with her friends. So she's treating this town they're visiting like it's a class trip, and like has fun moments of wanting to buy souvenirs, and they go into a weapons store, and there's this like little shot of like the merchant healer in the group being like no, while the knight is looking at it's a staff with like two blades, so it's supposed to be like a sword, like a either end, but it also has other blades, so it's like a trident of, it's like six blades on one thing, like a staff, and she's just like eyeballing it because of course she'd be into it because she's the knight. Ooh, my thing autofocused there when I move my hands up, but whatever. I'm pale. Hopefully it'll come back. Let's see. You want to come back to me? Colors that are reasonable. That's not gonna work. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, all right, that got it. It's just really cute and fun, and like I said, like, has touching moments. That the end of this episode, it's just like it hit me. It really did affect me in a very positive way. It is one of the best shows. Didn't I say to make my abilities average in the next life is what is one of the best shows this season, and that is such an odd thing to say. But the characters are really fun. The opening theme song is infectious and really great. The Crimson Vow just rules, and they're just like cool and fun, and like just good characters. I want good things for all of them. I'm just like, I've run out of nice things to say about it, but that doesn't change how I feel about it, which is that if you're looking for like, look, there's only one good or at all slice of life show this season. After School Dice Club is the only thing close to being a slice of life. This is the next thing. It is like an action show with comedy elements. It is fun. Friendship and found family is the whole goddamn thing. And then also like people doing some cool shit and being cool when the time is right and like being awesome. Because so she's really overpowered, right? But she helped train her friends to focus their abilities, which made them kind of extraordinary, not compared to her, but compared to other people. So they're all like pretty outstanding, and she's like off the charts outstanding, which is nice in an isekai. It's like I think about in Another World with my smartphone. Those characters were good at what they did. There was a good samurai. There's some good spellcasters and punchers. They were good at what they did, but like comparatively, like nowhere near as good, and they didn't really have to do anything. Eventually, whereas in this show, like they're doing stuff, and I like that. I appreciate that. Adjust this here. So anyway, that's kind of my feeling on that show. It is so good and so fun. I'm so impressed with it. Uh, it's a crowded landscape of stuff, and there's not a lot of time to watch things. But if you have Crunchyroll, if you have access to Crunchyroll, I can't recommend it enough. When I talked to people this weekend at Anime NYC, and I talked to people that follow anime but not necessarily everything, and they say like, what should I be watching? The two shows I'm going to talk about are Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average in the Next Life, and I'll be telling them to watch After School Dice Club. And then I'll mention other things like, if you like shonen, there's a lot of good shonen. You can get caught up on Fire Force pretty fast because there were too many episodes. Black Clover is an investment, but it's worth it. That kind of thing. Dr. Stone fucking rules. Like, hell yeah and hell yeah. But damned if I don't love that. One thing I should say is a thing that I found really funny about Anime NYC is very few, I should say this, I'll say it this way. Very few listings for Artist Alley are people's first and last names. And I've gone to a lot of anime conventions, right? But the last few years, I've mostly gone to video game and comic book conventions. I haven't really been to an anime convention in a while. Or a pure anime convention, like the focus being that it's an anime convention. I just haven't done that in a while. So it's very fun to look at the Artist Alley page for this show and just be like, memes, like company weird names and jokes, and your Twitch stream name and your DeviantArt page name, somebody's name who is not their artist name, but they named their submission for their table is what if we kissed at my table at New York or at Anime NYC? Like, that's the name that is in the website and the advertising their table instead of their name. And I'm like, why would you do this? I'm excited about it. I don't know how much time I'm going to have to go to the Artist Alley, but I am interested to go and see what Anime NYC's Artist Alley looks like. Because even when I would go, it's been a while, but when I would go to cons and stuff that were primarily anime cons, like, people would put their names of who they were, or the company they worked for, or their groups. But it's just weird to see, like, I submitted as a meme, and it links to my Twitter account. It's, okay, I mean, have fun. So when I heard about this kit, somebody had built it was just like, hey, you're just building a big ball, but it's a cool big ball. So we got these pieces that pop up, which is fun. We've got this gun that pops out. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. That's pretty neat. I like the mechanics of this, about how the guns come out and how there's some armor there, kind of protecting them some, which is cool. But yeah, it's a fun little kit so far. Haven't really been talking about the kit because I've had other things to talk about. But yeah, I am excited to go. There's a Crunchyroll's booth is got a thing where you can pop balloons, which are the from Rising of the Shield Hero, the balloonish like pumpkin jack-o'-lantern things. You can pop those with your shields, and there's like, I don't know if there's prizes, but there's like a counter for that, and you take some photos with some One Piece cutouts, and they're having a thing where you can take photos in as wearing the thing for Senku's, like the paper thing that does the spiky hair, like Senku from from Dr. Stone, and they're doing a big wall of those photos, which is kind of fun. Crunchyroll Games has a booth, and you can play some of the games that they are producing and distributing. I will be there. I will be working in the Crunchyroll portion, the straight up Crunchyroll anime portion. Uh, Hanging out, doing my thing there, talking to people about stuff, helping people get things. There's some giveaways, some bags, like those little canvas or little backpack things, the string bags. That seem pretty neat. There's a good One Piece one that I want because I have a couple of them from New York Comic Con. I got a couple, so I want to complete my collection. But yeah, as far as working a booth goes, it should be pretty laid back and chill. The nice thing about working at an anime convention and working in a booth for a anime streaming service that everyone there knows about is I will not be there to sell people on the concept of Crunchyroll. Now, the people that own Crunchyroll that do Verve, when Verve's at places, you gotta like be like, hey, this is Verve. You can get like Crunchyroll, and you can get like High Dive, and you can get like all these premium content from these YouTube services, and you can get it all in one app, and it's the price you'd pay for one. You get a bunch of these things, and you're like, we got a bunch of the old CISO shows and all this other stuff, and you're like, oh, cool, okay. Like you have to like do the hard pitch. You don't really have to do the hard pitch on, hey, you're at an anime convention. You ever heard of Crunchyroll? Great, here's crap. Enjoy. Take a photo with this cardboard cutout of Luffy. Enjoy. That I'm pretty excited about how very chill that is comparatively. Also, it not being a retail thing is always easy. Easier. Not easy, but easier, right? Like, the idea that working the booth and answering questions and handing stuff out and all that is a lot easier than working retail at a booth. So, excited about that. It'll be fun. I'll have stuff to talk about next week about that, which is good because my current life, if I could tell, what could I tell you that happened to me since Saturday? And the answer is, yesterday I hung out in my apartment for a long time, and that was really nice here in the Bear Cave, hanging out in the apartment. That was cool. Relaxed. And then I walked to my tech job, and I teched some shows, and that went well. And somebody I haven't seen in a while was in one of the shows, and that was nice because I got to catch up with him and talk to him about stuff. And a friend that I haven't seen in a while was in the audience, and it was nice to see her. And I met her girlfriend, who I hadn't met, and that was nice. I don't know, if Verve has said if they're coming to Canada yet. I do not know that. I don't have the answer to that. Don't know. I will ask. My friend, who technically works for Verve, which is also part of the company, but he has been generally working for Verve, but works for Crunchyroll as well. I'll ask him what's up. So we got these things there, little tentacles there. Not tentacles. Tentacles is the wrong term for that. We've got these legs, spider legs, and then they pop back up because theoretically, y'all, this is a ball. This is supposed to be a ball. Obviously, it's not a perfect circle. It's not going to be a perfect circle, but it's supposed to be able. The idea is you can roll around as this thing, which obviously has a flat bottom. It wouldn't, whatever. And then, it pops out legs, and these pop up, and then guns pop out, and it's a whole thing. But at one point, I emailed them, and they said, we're hoping to be there soon, but I don't know what soon is. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that, they want to. They want your money to be able to offer you goods and services in exchange for money. They would love that. But how likely that is, it's tough. Licensing is not easy. So I don't know. But I will certainly ask. Because I bet someone will ask me. Um, all right, so let's go in. Now we're going to work on the other side. Basically do what we just did pretty much exclusively, but on the other end of it. Let's see. Yeah, last night was fun. Like I said, teched and saw some people, and it was a good time. Nothing really exciting. I donated a couple times to Desert Bus, which we're not going to raid Desert Bus tonight, but you should be checking in with Desert Bus for Hope. It is the Loading Ready Run and Friends, and they are raising money for Child's Play. This is the 13th year. They have raised a bunch of money already, and one of the ideas is that as they raise certain amounts, they continue to stream. So they have like projected end time of when they're like, well, if we stopped now, like if we didn't raise another dollar, we did there. And I think they have a certain point where they're like, and then we're done. But for the most part, they're like, well, if we raise another this amount, we do this many more hours. And someone on screen at all times is playing the Desert Bus game for the Sega Saturn, which is one of the Penn and Teller mini games. So someone is always playing that, and then honestly, it's rarely anything about that. Like that's always on camera, and you can always see someone playing it, but it's always about the other stuff like improv games and challenges and dance parties. And the McElroys called in today, and they have lots of cool people that come in and do stuff and tell stories and challenge to do things. It's a good time, and they raise a ton of money, and they're giveaways. So they'll be like, for the next 20 minutes, if you donate $6.66, you're entered to win this thing because people donate incredible things. They do silent auctions, and it's a good time. And so I'll be probably checking more of that out. I appreciate the difficulty of licensing. It seems the better option for me over just Crunchyroll. Yeah, I mean, because you're getting other things like. I have a Verve account. I don't really use it for much outside of sometimes I want to watch the McElroys show on CISO, the Mabibam show, and I can watch that. Or I want to watch Jonah Ray's show. Well, they have that on there. I don't really tune into Verve too often. Sometimes if Crunchyroll, on a Saturday night, if Crunchyroll is getting if there's a premiere and they're getting attacked by a lot of traffic or legitimately just attacked by ne'er-do-wells, I'll go to Verve to watch stuff, but I rarely go there instead because my queue is on Crunchyroll. Was there? Okay, great. Oops, that popped off. Gotta fix that. Hold on, gotta fix that. But yeah, Desert Bus for Hope is a really good, really fun time. I did a little video last night. It's on my YouTube of just they were doing a contest for a past meme or a current meme, but do it in 6 seconds. So it's like bring back Vine. Well, I didn't want to do. A lot of people just acted out moments from previous years or current fun moments this year, and instead I went the video edit route, and I just took footage of one of the members Loading Ready Run dancing and put it to Baby Shark, because that was the thing that was being brought up a bunch. So instead it's just Surge dancing to Baby Shark, which is, if you have no concept of anything, there's just, my YouTube channel is a bunch of videos about anime, model kit building, me playing video games, improvised characters, and then also one video of to the tune of Baby Shark, some guy dancing. Which I like. And maybe I do need more random shit on my YouTube channel. I don't know. Maybe this will inspire me to do some more, to include some more weird shit. I don't know. Who knows? This is going together nice and easy because it is a kit that I just did all of this on one side, so not too hard to do it on the other. As I said, this is a pretty straightforward kit, but looks cool, and I think will come together good. So I have built the Reinhardt and Diva and the Bastion, and now I'm building this. Every Overwatch kit, because I've only done the pair, Bastion, this. So the 3 kits, 4 figures, but 3 kits. They've all been really good and really solid, and I would recommend any of them. The Diva and Reinhardt are a little small because they're packaged together, but they're both like good kits. The Diva is a little weird as you're building it, because you are basically like building it on on an odd angle. It makes sense once it's built, but in the process it does feel a little weird. Whereas Reinhardt is very straightforward. You're just building like a mobile suit. I have heard Baby Shark so much this year. Yeah, I don't know. It's in the ether, but that was a fun moment in the show or in the stream. It's also nice just to contribute a little bit of something to them outside of, just a little bit of money here and there. Yawning. Sorry, everybody. I'm looking forward to Wednesday, just having like the time to kind of like Wednesday I have things to do, but it will be less than my normal Wednesday, and that'll be good. Then I'll be able to be fresh. Also, a added benefit of it was the walk-up song from one of the Washington Nationals reserve outfielders, and the crowd ate it up. Asmo, fuck yeah, I love that shit. I love non-traditional walk-up songs. Like, hell yeah, come out to Enter Sandman. Like, sure, do your thing. But also, if you come out to Baby Shark, that also fucking rules. That's some good shit right there. Right. Did I assemble that part wrong? This is the part where Pat looks to see if he did a thing wrong because it's not the same on that side as the side, or maybe it's just reversed. I don't know. Gotta find. Yes, I did do it wrong. Okay. Yep, this is the part of the stream where Pat goes back to see if he did a thing wrong. And he did. So I gotta fix my mistake, which is not a hard one to fix, or not an easy one to fix. It's not hard to fix this. Just have to change how that goes. It goes like that. Got it. Get it, got it. Easy. No worries. Now we can go back to what we were doing with no problem. Basically, on this side, the other side, I'd put this reversed like that. That's not how it goes. It goes like this. And that's fine. One of the cool things about working at Anime NYC this weekend is that I'm not working at my tech job on Friday or Sunday, which means that theoretically I can go to an 11 p.m. show on Friday. Right now, my day is a full day, but it'll end at a reasonable hour, and I'll be able to go and go to a comedy show that I want to go see that otherwise I wouldn't be able to see, which is a comedy wrestling show. I'm very excited about that. And it's a big pay-per-view show. They do like every month or so they do a show, but they do it on Fridays, and I just can't see them on Friday because I work on Friday nights. And I'll be able to see them. I'm very excited about that. Extremely Serious Wrestling, XSW, are real good. They have had many indie star come through who like comedy. In fact, internet wrestling champion himself, Orange Cassidy, has defended his belt at XSW, which is very fun. He's a natural fit for the promotion and the silliness that they do there. But yeah, I'm very excited for that. The MLB keeps track of the walk-up song for each player. Lord Christian, that's awesome. I like that. Yeah, you can start seeing some outliers. Like, How many come out to in the Garden of Eden or Inagata Devita or, or Baby Shark? Or is there a pro baseball player who has taken the joke from The Simpsons uh, when Homer was a boxer, and does anyone come out to "Why Can't We Be Friends"? Or perhaps the Smash Mouth cover of "Why Can't We Be Friends"? Who knows? It's probably somebody that does that. All right, so it goes like that. All right, building our circle here. We got to get our legs in. We're getting close to being done with this kit. Trying to think of anything else I wanted to say tonight. How y'all doing out there in the internet? How's your Monday been? Some people maybe didn't work today because it's Veterans Day. Perhaps your job takes that day off. I know there's some companies that do, some that don't, many that don't. Many people that were surprised to find that their banks and post offices were closed, or maybe they weren't closed. Lord Crashington, it is snowing. It was actually kind of warm here in New York, in Brooklyn today. It was back up to 60, which was nice. And it's 55 degrees right now, which, considering the sun has been down for several hours, is pretty good. It's going to get cold again later in the week, which I don't love, but also be indoors for most of it, so whatever. Very cold outside and snowing in Kentucky. Dang. It's snowing, Ultron. Wow. We have not gotten snow yet. I'm expecting it. I tweeted this the other day that I found my winter hat and gloves exactly where I thought they'd be, and it kind of freaked me out because it shouldn't be easy to find those things. Just a product of life. It should not be so simple to suddenly find the thing that you were looking for exactly where you thought it would be when you needed it. And I was like, what is happening? Why do I have this already? I was very, very surprised. It's an omen, yeah. But I was really happy to because it had dipped over the weekend, and I really, very much needed it, especially with the whole not having hair, shaving my head thing. This is not enough when it is 40 degrees or less to protect the old noggin. Gotta wear a winter hat. Maybe you don't even need the gloves all the time, but I definitely need the hat as soon as possible. Otherwise, it'll be bad. So, was happy to find the winter hat. And then the gloves were an added bonus. So we're basically just doing what we did before, and then it looks like we'll do all that, and there's like a little bit extra to put on. I think this piece here and a couple other pieces. Maybe there's like something with the stand. I don't know. But we're almost done with this kit, this has been a fun kit. Like, a straightforward build. Like, we'll go a little past 11 if we have to, but I think we'll get this done in 10 minutes because there's not a lot going on with the kit at this point. We're just kind of assembling it and seeing what's up. But yeah, I mean, we don't have to talk about the weather. We can talk about other things, but if there's something going on with y'all you want to chat about, feel free to let me know what's up. I hope you can join me on Wednesday for my next stream. Obviously, we're going to keep going right now, but my next build stream is Wednesday at 9 p.m. That's kind of been game time, but this week it'll be build time because I just didn't want to do a day of building a booth and helping to build a booth and then like come back here. So I just want to relax on Thursday, be ready, focus on the job that I'm doing. Because I want to do well and because I have people, that vouch for me for this gig. I seem to be missing a piece, so that's weird. That is not the Lego way. So that is definitely on me. I definitely had a piece slide around somewhere, so now I'm going to look for it. But I should have 2 orange pieces here. I have this orange piece, and I should have another orange piece. And I do not. And that is unusual, which means that it must have fallen at some point when I was emptying bags out. I'm just real quick going to a. I'm just doing a. It's orange, so you'd think I'd be able to find it on the floor, but I don't see it. I mean, it should be okay. It's weird that I don't know where that piece went. That's odd, but we should be all right. Oh yeah, I haven't checked that out, so I'm not sure. I'm kind of surprised Kentucky isn't getting hit by the snow hitting Southwest Ontario, Canada. Yeah, a lot of snow out there for some of y'all. As I said, I'm not dealing with that. All right, so this piece that's missing is fine because it's covered up anyway. It is weird, and I hope it. If it turns up, I'll pop this out and put it in there. But it is weird that I'm missing that one piece. I can also grab something else and replace it with another 1x2 because it's a 1x2. Guess what? I got more 1x2s out there. Oh, okay. And then we're going to put this piece here. There it is. I found it. I found it. It was underneath this. I found it. Very cold outside, snowy. You meant New York. Yes, you're surprised at New York. I read that as Kentucky. You said New York. I just read it wrong. I told you I'm tired. Um, all right. Yeah, no, maybe upstate New York is, but I'm southern New York, so I I have not dealt with we have not dealt with the a cold front coming in. But maybe I'm sure upstate. Look, I'm sure Albany and Buffalo are freezing right now, and people are. I bet people are miserable because that is par for the course. All right, so this goes on here, front there. Well, we all know that the decal is there. We don't see the decal when this pops on, and then a little more. This is not a decal. This was just on there, which is fine. Happy. Custom parts, sure. And then one more little thing we got to build here, and then we'll be done. Yeah, like I said, I would recommend this kit. It's not expensive, especially considering that it is a licensed product. It's a 2-hour stream build, so if you're not streaming and you're not focused on chat and you're just building, you could do it way faster, I'm sure. But I think it's a solid kit. Okay, so this goes in the front. This clips on. Where does this clip on? Oh, it goes on this side. There it is, yeah. And then it goes up here. Great. This seems to want to come off pretty easily, which is not great, but whatever. So that's fine. Okay, so that goes up in there. And then, the bottom. Okay, so we are building like a stand for it, kind of, at the bottom, which is weird that we're building that now and not before. Well, whatever. And these are just the extra pieces we got. We got some extra pieces. Yeah, so, okay, yeah, so you can do it as a ball, rolls around, does its thing. It's not really a ball. We get that it's not really a ball. And then it can pop open. And then this goes down. And then if you want, you can pop this off, but we won't do that there. And then this goes up. And this pops up and that. Hell yeah. I think that looks awesome. This is a cool kit. Cool Lego set. I was happy to build it. Leo, thank you very much for picking this up on my wish list. Uh, hamster tank, indeed. This is a hamster tank. Yeah, check that wish list. You can see it. It's in the YouTube description for this video. I linked it there. It's on my Twitter. If there's something you think that would be a cool kit for me to build that you would like to purchase, like I said, I'm not sure what I'm going to buy at Anime NYC. Bluefin is there, Bluefin Brands, but if they have the heavy arms or the real grade Tall Geese 3, I'm going to look at them. I don't know. Like I said, that Shenlong wasn't anything particularly wonderful, so I don't know if the heavy arms is going to do it for me. I think it's more pieces than the other one, but not necessarily a better kit. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to pick up. Like I said, I might end up with that Gogeta. I don't know. Gogeta is pretty cool. And the idea that the Super Saiyan one is the one they have, not the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Well, maybe I'll get that one. I don't know. But I do know that that is the end of our stream. My next build stream is on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. I hope you can come to that. I am going to go ahead and play an ad at the end of the stream. If you can watch it, that would be rad. If you can't stay, that's also fine. I just flew into Anime NYC, and boy, are my heavy arms tired. Asmo, that is the perfect way. I will read that out and not. I just flew into Anime NYC, and boy, are my heavy arms tired. Thank you, Asmo. Watch this ad, or good night.